What's up? How y'all doing? Let's do a video, quick video-ish, about being uplifting and positive. So let's start with an example. So let's use powerlifting or bodybuilding physique, athlete, whatever, to start with. You see when your friends or when your competitors or anybody that you know do something really impressive beyond what they have done before, hit a PR, a big PR, do some like really impressive, like almost like nationally impressive stuff. Or yeah, you should be cheering them on. You should be like happy for them, not only because it's your friend or a competitor, even if you don't even like the person. It doesn't have to be like your friend or competitor. It could be somebody you don't even like. You should be happy for them because of your progress. Like a lot of times, like what somebody else does, you're like, oh shit, now that's possible. That's possible for me too. Even though you kind of know it's possible, when somebody does something, it makes it seem even more attainable for you. Kind of like an example of it was thought to be impossible to run the mile in under 4 minutes, and then a guy did it, and then later that year there was a whole bunch of other runners that did that. So that what that's doing is like it's taking human evolution and it's progressing it here to here to here. But if you're not like rooting, you're not. You should see that and you should be happy. You're like, wow, he did that. Sweet. That could be your progress because what you should end up caring about is yourself and your progress. A lot of people care about how they compare. So if they're doing contests, they compare. They think, how are the competitors and how do I stack up to them? How does it matter? And that's not like it's a terrible thing, but you should really be competing against yourself in all circumstances. It's not like it's a cop out, like if you're like, oh wow, now I feel good about losing. It's not about losing or winning. It's about being the best that you could possibly be, and that should be a high standard for yourself. So when you do have competitors, you are going into a contest, you should like hope that those competitors are doing great because that's going to end up pushing you. And at the end, like at the end of your career, whatever you do, you will end up being better if the people that surround you are good. You're training around people that are strong. You're training around people that are smart. You're whatever your field is, because you will be at a higher level than you would be if they weren't comparing that. If you were just like, gosh, I hope they do bad, because if they do bad, then my mediocre shit will look okay. No, you're like if you're putting yourself in a mediocre level, you want to surround yourself and be around the people that are better, because that will make you better. Even if you're the worst out of the whole group, if you were the worst out of the whole group, you would be better at the end of it than pretending to be around people. You're like, I'm gonna hang around them or associate myself with them because they're lower and I kind of look good compared to them, right? I even see like the pros, kind of pro physique athletes, even pro powerlifters, like they've made posts about like being like almost angry that their competitors are doing successful things. Like even people that I like, and I'm like, why? Why would you do that? If they're looking like that, that's going to set the bar. That's going to make you work harder, and you're going to be end up being a better version of yourself, which is should be the entire goal. Like I don't understand why you want to be. It's a very insecure thought to want to be just better than everybody else just cuz. I would much rather, if I was going to a contest, and then again, it's an extreme view, but I would much rather get last place and do much better than I would have done if I just went up with a bunch of crappy people doing whatever and I won. I wouldn't care. I have personal goals for myself, and that's all I care about. It doesn't matter what another person accomplishes or what another what they do or don't accomplish. That doesn't affect me and my goals. You should only care about yourself and your goals, and then you should cheer those other people on, not only for their sake because they're happy and they're accomplished it. You should be genuinely happy for their accomplishments, but it will also help you to become your best version of yourself. I probably repeated myself a good amount of times. It's kind of like phrasing it a lot differently throughout the video, but you get my point. You get my point, and you should probably apply that into your own life. Stop comparing yourself to others or wanting to be better than others. Want to be better than yourself.